In a world where smartphone stabilization is pretty amazing, do you actually need a gimbal? It's supposed to rain later today, so I'm trying to run right now. An easy run, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, it's cold. Should have brought gloves. What this whole thing was. It's actually going to be a New Year's Eve little like televised thing. Savannah and I thought about going to it, but we're actually going to be out of town, so we'll have to watch it on TV, I guess. My turnaround point. I'm not cold anymore now that I've started moving. Also, this little area is like a little exercise thing. This, I don't know what this is, but there's a pull-up bar right there and like a dipped push-up thing, and that's pretty much it. It's not much of a workout thing, but I guess it's better than nothing. And if you need a place to put your bird scooter, right there. Okay. That entire sequence you just saw was shot on two things: my phone and this little smartphone gimbal. Also, I shot this sequence before the running sequence, that's why this is still like saran wrapped and all that stuff, but I wanted to get the unboxing in with the, in any event, I'm unboxing this right now. Oh wow. This gimbal is called the Smart X Pro, and it's made by a company. This is. In the box, you get a few things. Starting with the accessories, you get a USB Type A to a USB-C cable. This little tiny little light, and this light magnetizes to the top, which is kind of amazing. Got this little light on here, and if I go into this dark, cold closet, does it look good still? You get a tripod that screws onto the base of the actual gimbal, and then the gimbal itself. And this is what the inside looks like. Gimbal goes there, accessories, light. You get the point. Setting the gimbal up was actually pretty easy. All I had to really do was watch one video and just learn the gestures to start the calibration. Stand by. I'm having to watch some videos to figure this thing out. After that, and once you've downloaded the app to the gimbal, it also has an app, which is insane. All right, downloading the app, there's probably going to be some kind of setup. The phone pretty much connected itself seamlessly, which is good. For me at least, whenever I'm trying to figure out a new piece of gear, the less hassle that I have to do with pairing smartphone devices to the actual hardware is a good thing. A couple of the features that really got me excited about this specific gimbal, the fact that the gimbal using the app and the camera can follow you while it's just sitting there. Because there are so many shots to where I just want to sit this thing down and basically have my own little cameraman there with me. As stupid as this sounds, I was also pumped about this little light because it's also magnetic. And it's not just daylight. It's an RGB light, so it's basically a miniaturized version of one of these apertures. This may reflect my age, but you can also change the batteries in the actual gimbal. I appreciate that because one battery is just never enough. And the app itself is actually really it's really intuitive and really easy to figure out. And on top of that, there's a pro mode, which gives you pretty much control of every single facet of the camera, like you would get with something like this. But I think the million dollar question is, do you actually need something like this when you have a smartphone that's capable of image stabilization and everything else? And I think gimbals are starting to shine more in categories that aren't focused on stabilization. And by that I mean, whenever you're setting your camera up to get a shot, it's going to be a stagnant shot. But with a gimbal nowadays, with face tracking and then the subject tracking, that suddenly takes the static shot and makes it move. Like if you want to get a time lapse slowly panning, you can totally do that with this. If you want to get a shot where you're just walking around and it looks like a cameraman is following you, you can get that with this and your phone. With phones like this, there's only so much the software can do, and it's limited to actually physically moving the camera, and that's where I think this thing really shines. One of the things that I was really skeptical about when I was reading the features on this gimbal was it starts a recording when you raise your hand. But on the other side of that, if I had one complaint, when I talked with my hands a lot, and there were a couple occasions where it would actually stop the recording when I would raise my hand a specific way. Now I don't know if that's just a me thing or it's something else, but that's one issue that I did notice. If you want extra stable footage, then this thing is going to shine in that. If you want to get pre-programmed shots to where the camera physically moves and you don't have to keyframe things, then this thing's going to do exceptionally well. But if you want to keep things as small as you possibly can, then you're just going to opt out for just carrying your phone and not carrying this thing. Whether or not you need a gimbal, that's going to be up to you and the shoot that you're working on. Thank you for AOCHUAN for sending this out so that I can review it. It was amazing. And if you're interested in this gimbal, I'll link it down below. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. I don't know how I did this, but we're leaving tomorrow to go to Denver, Colorado, and I just now figured out about that like right now, and it is 2:30 currently, and we're leaving tomorrow at 3, so 24 hours from now. And we're gonna be gone for like a week. Also, I should mention that I did not, making this video and this review of this product, I didn't get paid by the company whatsoever, but they did send me this gimbal for free. So do that with what you will. All right, I gotta get back to packing because